Good Monday morning, everyone. Welcome to First 15 at 8:15. Glad to have you here. Glad to start another week in the middle of this hot summer, at least here in Atlanta. Man, I'm sure it's averaged 90 degrees over the course of the mid-afternoons of this July, and quite frankly, I like it that way. So let's get right into it. We do these First 15s every weekday, Monday through Friday, unless there's a holiday. Mondays, we open it up to everyone, so we have lots of guests here on Monday who are agents, who some of you are with us quite a few Mondays before you decide to become a coaching client, and others of you are good old people who are with us all the time, every day, and coaching clients, growing your businesses. All right, let's get into it. A little bit of a review. I wanted to continue this topic this week and wanted to share it with the agents who are not with us every day. And the fact is that there are some agents making piles of money with internet leads, with Zillow leads and Trulia leads, Boomtown leads, and Tiger leads, and Agent Jet leads, Stately leads, and leads from all kinds of internet lead sources. Maybe you're generating some of your own from your company website or your own website, although these other companies, these lead generating companies, have certainly taken over that function of generating massive numbers of internet leads, and some agents are making a lot of money with them. I hope the days of saying, oh, poo-poo, internet leads are slow, they're not any good, I hope those days are over. I was never for that thought. They generate leads. Now it's up to the agents to sort out the leads and figure out how to follow up on the leads. But certainly that's happening. Now, it's true there are other agents who are really frustrated with internet leads, either frustrated because they don't know how to convert them, or frustrated because they see other people doing well with them and they can't quite figure it out. So some agents are making piles of money and others are frustrated with internet leads. So I wanted to review once again. I think we might have done this in February, and we hit on this at once or twice a year or more. I want to talk about the 4 most common internet lead mistakes and their solutions. Now, a young person in their under 30 who has grown up with the internet said this, and I thought it was a very insightful remark. Now, this is somebody who's bought a house, and many of their 20-year-old friends have bought a house. Now, this is another phenomenon. I don't know what's happening in all markets. I know what's happening in this market, that there are lots of under 30s buying houses. They are smart, they have gone through college, they have a decent job, and they appreciate the fact that owning a home is a very smart investment. So look for those under 30s, and this is what she said. She said, you need to become a real person to the internet leads. You know, and not just another internet contact, not just another email that they get, not just another correspondence on social media. They will not feel badly about losing touch with an internet contact. They won't feel badly about working with another agent if the contact they've had with you has been on Facebook or some other social media site, or it has been strictly by email. But once they've invested in a high-quality phone contact with you, once they've been on the phone with you and you've become a real person to them and you've talked to them about their needs and their wants and their qualifications, once they've invested in a high-quality phone contact with you, they are a lot less likely to start their search all over with another agent. They want to find an agent they trust, particularly the young ones. They know they need a professional. They get that. They're in a generation of amazing diversity of occupation. I'm not talking about racial or social diversity. That exists also, but a tremendous diversity of occupation. They may hang out with, they may be friends with, they may have dinner with people who are unemployed, people who are doctors and lawyers, people who are working in their own businesses, people who are picking up garbage. I mean, it is a tremendous diversity of occupation. So they are a lot less likely to stick with you if they haven't had a good phone contact. Megan is a client who has done some coaching with us, internet market coaching. This person has coached Megan, and she said Megan is good on internet. She's very good at responding to internet leads. But once you speak to her on the phone, you won't want to work with anyone else. So this is a pretty good tip to start with. It's not one of the 4 mistakes for internet leads, converting internet leads I want to talk about, but I thought this was a really good tip. Now, here are the 4 mistakes. We're going to talk very briefly about the first one because we really went into it in detail on Thursday. But the 4 mistakes are, number 1, delaying the appointment. See, somewhere along the way, somebody started this rumor that internet leads are far out. Internet leads are 6 months out. That if somebody responds to your hits on your website, hits on your Zillow as an internet lead, they're not going to buy for 6 months. That's just dumb and wrong. Let me tell you why. Because it's the middle of July, towards the end of July. And if someone has been looking since March or April and has just found your site now, they may be ready to buy the next house they see. I want you to treat everyone as if they're ready to buy now. I want you to ask questions about their motivation and urgency to see whether they're ready to buy now. And now if they're 6 months out for some reason, then you can put them into that piece of your funnel, into that category. But I want you to be looking, expecting that they're ready to start looking at houses with you right now, that maybe they've seen the house they're interested in but aren't working with an agent. That's the mentality I want you to have. Do not delay appointments. Oh, let me go through the other 3. Bad email responses. We're going to talk about that probably tomorrow or Wednesday. That the way you respond by email will determine whether your email gets deleted without a second thought or it gets read and responded to. And we'll talk about good and bad email responses. The key here is a simple 2-step approach where you acknowledge what they've been looking at and ask one simple alternative choice question about what they're looking for. We'll deal with that tomorrow or Wednesday. Then the 3rd internet lead mistake is lack of phone skills at converting the lead to an appointment. It's really a shame when you get these leads, you respond to them quickly, you're on the phone with them, and you're not able to make an appointment. You think that because they don't want to see that house, that there's no other way to make an appointment. And I want you to learn, and we'll teach you on Wednesday and Thursday, how to make an appointment with every single person that calls that's a qualified buyer and not committed to another agent. In other words, every good available buyer that you speak with, we're going to give you the skills to be able to convert those. And then we'll be talking about selling the house by email. Simple mistake. Don't want to make it. You can't sell a house by email. I guess you could. I guess you could write the contract, have them sign it, and so on. But however, most of the time, there's a process. It goes from internet lead to a voice-to-voice contact to a live contact that becomes a client to selling them a house. And you need to go through that whole process. We'll talk about that probably towards the end of the week. Just wanted to tell you that we had a really good internet webinar interview, with Galen Ward with Estately.com, and I've become a fan of Estately. Lisa Giller turned me onto it. She's one of you, Estately.com. At the very bottom, there's a link. Instead of having a phone number, if you go to the very bottom of Estately.com and click on the link, you'll find this link. It's the link for agents. Estately sends you leads that are qualified, so they've already spoken to them. They make sure that it's a lead that wants to see a house, and they don't charge any monthly fees. They only charge a referral fee. So you are going to pay 30% if and when you sell the client, but if you think about what that means, they want to send you better leads because they're only going to get paid when the good ones buy. So Galen Ward, you can email Galen with questions or thoughts, or you can go to the website and register. Your area may not be available. They only allow a certain number of slots per area, and I know some of the clients have said that they're on a waiting list. Register anyway so you can be on the waiting list for your area. I like Estately. We just had Estately. This week we're going to have showings.com, top producer the week after. So this is the list of next vendors we're going to be interviewing on Fridays. Every Friday at 11:30 we interview a vendor, and it's an interview. They don't just talk at us and sell us. I talk to them. You talk to them. We ask questions. And I don't recommend every vendor. That would be silly because we have many vendors of different kinds, but when I do find one that I like, I will give them my recommendation. Now, we do also have a live Q&A call. Wow, I'm going through a lot of stuff here. Good. At 11:30, 8:30 and 11:30. I'm sorry for so much information on today's call, but there's so many good things going on. And here's the next piece I want you to have for your business. Okay? Most agents are challenged and continuously challenged with their time management and their organization. It makes sense. It's a very challenging business because there's some days when you get started in business, what do you do next? What is there to do? Now, I know there's lots of things to do, but I'm just saying many agents are in that space. And then you get your first listing, second listing, third listing. You make your first sale, second sale, third sale. How do you organize for it? How do you organize the paperwork? How do you organize what you have to do next? How do you keep track of what you have to do next? When you have purchase offers on one and appointments with new ones over here and closings happening over here and new listings happening over here and advertising, holy cow, how do you keep track of it all? So organization and time management becomes a continuous challenge. A question that I always enjoy getting is, how long does it take you to be organized in real estate? And you know my favorite answer is, well, in one hand I say never, because it's a continual evolution. You're organized for a day or two and all of a sudden you get a couple of good leads and you're going on listing appointments and preparing CMAs, and so your organization and time management is a continuous challenge. So how do you get your hands around it? And the answer is you create routines and systems. And one of the key systems, probably I call it the key system for organization, is each day start the day with planning for 10 minutes and use this tool we call the daily organizational checklist. Now this looks like a lot. It's broken into sections, as you can see, and you don't do much with it. You don't have to answer every question. You don't have to fill out every contact. It just is a reminder. It prompts you. It stimulates your mind. It energizes you. It motivates you. It's a catalyst for what you need to do for that day. And if you use it, when you use it day after day, you end up after 10 minutes with a really good, healthy checklist of the most important things that you have to do in your business. That's powerful. So you start out each day with 10 minutes of planning. You use this checklist to really make sure you've made a list of all the things that need to be done and you've prioritized the most important things, and then you don't leave your office. Then you immediately spend at least an hour working on the things you've just been planning to do. So you take 10 minutes to plan, you use the daily organizational checklist, and then get immediately into action for at least an hour on all the things that you need to do. Obviously the things that can be done from your office. Well, how does that help you so much with your time management organization? Gets your head on straight, so that, didn't mean to say straight with such passion, gets your head on straight so that when you start your day, you know what there is to do next. If somebody starts gossiping to you, talking about the presidential election, anything else, you say, that's really interesting. I'll catch up to you later because I've got work to do right now, because you know what there is to do next. And then when you have a lot to do, that 10 minutes of planning, which may be 15 or 20 minutes of planning, when you're really wrapping your head around the next level of business as you reach what we like to call at Real Estate Grad School your next new normal. And then each day of the week, you have one other priority, some priority for that day that really is something that you don't have to work on every day, that you work on once a week. So my ingredient for your recipe of success today, okay, is that on your next lead conversation opportunities, we're back to lead conversion, on your next lead conversion, when you get an internet lead conversion opportunity, okay, make the appointment first. Then, while you're on the same phone call, talk to the people about their qualifications, their motivation, and their urgency. Now, Bruce sent me a message saying, sorry for so much information, with lots of laughs on an LOL, because I do cover a lot of information, and that's the value of being a coaching client, that we cover lots of information every day, but it's consistent. It's a set of systems, a set of routines, a set of scripts, a set of knowledge that over a very brief time you put together to take yourself to your next level and make that next level your new normal. And we have an extremely affordable price at just $49 a month with a $99 startup fee, or $4.99 for the year with no startup fee. And we would be delighted to have you call us, email us, and discuss with us how that might benefit you most. So hug the ones you love, make an absolutely fabulous day, finish July strong, and make a sale. Be well. Oh, I'll be on the live call right now as soon as we finish this one, and again at 11:30. Hug the ones you love, make a great day. Bye.